Greetings, everybody. Nice to see all of you, wherever you are. Today we're running a webinar on the area of Cognac. So welcome, everybody.
Thank
We're going to
you.
get right into it. I figured why wait? So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Tom Paris, one of the owners of GT Experiences. My business partner, Johnny Miradoli. Hello, Johnny.
Morning. Hello.
Good. And Francesco Brazzini, our Director of Sales and Marketing. Hello, Francesco.
Hello, everybody.
We're thrilled to have you join us as we travel through the region of Cognac. And for those that aren't familiar, it's in the northwest part of France, a part of the country that dates back to the period of the Romans. Of course, the Romans, they seem to have been everywhere. It's an area that's filled with lots of beauty, always lots of intrigue. It's situated on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean, and its main city is La Rochelle. Beautiful, beautiful town. And since the Middle Ages, the harbor, I'm going to go back into my little bit of history here. Sorry for those that are bored by that, but anyway, the Middle Ages, it's a harbor that was opened onto a protected strait, and it's the gateway to the Atlantic Ocean. And it's got three ports: a fishing port, a trading port, yachting. And at one point in time, and still today, it was very important for the salt trade. And spirits, as we all know, Cognac, spirits didn't come till much later. It's been an active port since the early days of its history, and it became the largest port on the Atlantic. And as I said, it traces back to the Roman period, and there were very, very important salt marshes, and you can see even today remains of villas that were there. The Dukes of Aquitaine granted La Rochelle a charter as a free port many 1,000 years ago in 1130. And with the opening of the English market following the second marriage, this is very interesting, I found, Eleanor of Aquitaine in 1152. And Eleanor was the most eligible woman in Europe and ultimately became the Queen of France and also, interestingly enough, of England. There's lots of connections between France and England in those days, and many of you may have heard or know of the Knights of Templar. They had this very strong presence in the area, and they owned this fleet of ships that sailed between England and the Mediterranean. And from La Rochelle, it was just perfect, placed perfectly on the Atlantic, and they were able to act kind of as intermediaries, trading lots of goods between Europe and England and France. It was also the site of the 100 Years' War between France and England between 1271 and 1372. Now, I may have my dates not 100% right, but I think that was the dates of the 100 Years' War. And during the Renaissance, the city became a center for the Huguenots and Protestantism and Calvinism, and it expanded throughout the region of La Rochelle. Today, it's ranked as one of France's most livable cities. And lastly, I want to take a moment because there's many of you that have not been part of any of our webinars, we noticed, and I wanted to introduce GT Experiences. Since many of you are new to our webinars, this is well over 100 webinars that we've done. My partner Johnny and I, we started them back in COVID, and Johnny and I actually started the company in 2017. We saw that the market was kind of moving away from fixed set departure tours with 40 and 50 people on a bus and becoming much more focused on the FIT customized portion of the travel industry, specifically in the middle and upper end of the market. And we saw that it was becoming more difficult for travel advisors to find a place where they could go and have someone help them put together a complete package and provide for them support, product knowledge, good pricing, as well as good commissions. And And so, we don't work with the consumer at all. We're 100% focused on you guys, the travel advisors. But before I pass this over to Johnny, I just want to introduce you to our partners. So, hi, Sarah. Sarah is the project manager for Explore Cognac, the tourist board.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Audrey. Audrey is the co-owner of Normandin Mercier, the producer of Pinot de Charente, as well as some very fine cognac. And just so you guys know, we're in the travel business, so it is fun. So this is a bottle of Pinot de Charente produced by Audrey and her brother. So cheers to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Cheers.
Benjamin, I know that Benjamin's the general manager of Le Champlain, a wonderful four-star hotel in La Rochelle. I know that Benjamin was having some problems with his video, but hello, Benjamin. I hope that.
I'm here. Hello, everyone.
And last, Caroline. Caroline is the general manager of a lovely Relais and Chateau property, also located in La Rochelle near the Vieille Port, called La Grande Voile. Hello, Caroline.
Hello, everyone.
So, Johnny, I'm going to pass this now over to you. If you would go.
Good morning, everybody. I don't have too much to say because you said a lot, but I want to agree with Tom that we are presenting you for me one of the most beautiful area of France. And the area of Cognac, obviously, is one of this area that must be seen at least once in a lifetime. It's a beautiful area. They have Cognac, and when you say Cognac, you understand what I mean. And it's really worth it to discover this area that is growing a lot. In the past couple of years, we had a lot of requests as a destination on Aquitaine and all this region with Bordeaux, etc. And Cognac really is a very important part of this region. So I suggest you to get the best attention you can to the presentation. And we hope that we can, with your help, send a lot of clients that will be amazed about the destination. So enjoy the show, and we hope to get your feedbacks as soon as the presentation ends. Thank you very much again, and here you go.
There we go. Okay, Tom.
Francesco, we move to the next slide.
So,
Johnny,
Where is the Charente?
Where are we going?
Where are we going? Okay, so we are going slightly north of Bordeaux. The center, the region is actually the Charente and the Charente-Maritime. Today, we're going to focus more specifically on, thank you. Today, we're going to go back. We did a presentation a few months ago, specifically on the Cognac area. And today, we're going to go more specifically to the Atlantic coast, just to give you an idea, because, of course, the distances in France are not the same as in America. And just to give you an idea, Bordeaux to Cognac is about an hour and a half when traffic is not too bad by car. La Rochelle to Cognac is an hour and a bit. And Bordeaux to La Rochelle is more or less 2 hours. So that gives you an idea that things can be done very easily, even if you have clients who are based on the coast, either in the island d'Oléron, which is that big island to the south there, or in La Rochelle. They can also pop into Cognac or around Cognac very easily, because we do know that it is an asset for the destination. And of course, all the main international airlines would be flying, and the connections from the US would be flying into Bordeaux. So that would be the gateway to our area.
All right.
So focus Now you can see Benjamin.
It's all the
because
faces.
Now you
Yeah.
have the faces.
Benjamin, you're in black and
Better on
white.
picture.
Exactly.
What's going on?
So today we've decided to go with 3 of our partners, again, really focused on the Atlantic coast and specifically on La Rochelle. As Gianni said, and thank you, one of your favorite destinations in France. I love that. We have 2 hotels, so one 4-star Le Champlain, and Caroline, who has Relais et Châteaux, who works for the Relais Châteaux Villa Grand Voile. And we have one Cognac partner, Audrey from Normandin-Mercier. One thing that's important to know is that one tends to think that the Cognac experiences are only around Cognac. And that is not true. You find Cognac, wine, and Pinot des Charentes experiences and houses to visit and tastings, of course, all over the territory. So we have Normandin-Mercier, which is just outside La Rochelle. And then we'll see that a bit later. We also have beautiful vineyards on the island of Oléron. So for clients who really want to be able to enjoy the seaside, the oysters, the seaside activities, etc., and the Cognac and the wine and the Pinot, they can. It's totally feasible. So this is some of our main destinations of the region. We're going to focus on Ile d'Oléron and La Rochelle. So this map, I'm sorry, is not very readable, but it gives you a bit of a focus on La Rochelle up north, Royan, which is south. It's also Royan is a great gateway for clients who want to go from the Charente into the Médoc. So again, wine lovers, and into Bordeaux, because we have a ferry that goes through the estuary and it's really practical and easy. So if you have self-drive clients or clients with drivers, it's a really great way to have a beautiful itinerary. And we have the Oléron, we have north of there, we have the Ile de Ré. And south, the biggest island on that map is l'Île d'Oléron, which is the second largest island in France after Corsica.
Oh, wow.
We will see beautiful pictures. It's very wild, perfect for surfing. And again, it's home to the most beautiful oysters in the world. And it's the paradise for lots of different things.
What's the traveling time from the coastline to get to the island? How long does it take to get there?
So there's a bridge. There's a bridge out of just more or less a bit south of Rochefort, that town in the middle there on the coast. A free toll bridge, so there's nothing to pay, which is not the case of l'Île de Ré, which has a toll. And there are also sailing companies that can leave from the coast, and ferries to be able to go onto l'Île d'Oléron.
To the island. Gotcha.
It's very close. The bridge it's actually very close. It's so if you're driving out of Bordeaux, for example, it would be maybe by the time you get to the bridge, etc., into the island, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and more or less an hour and a half out of Cognac. It depends where you go on the island, but to the entrance of the island, an hour and a half.
And beautiful beaches, great swimming.
Oh yes, it's a gem. It's absolutely, it's quite wild. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
All right, perfect. Okay, so the piece de résistance, La Rochelle.
Yes, La Rochelle. So, well, Gianni was saying, and Tom also, it has a very strong history. It's also a vibrant city, very young, loads of art galleries and great shops and artists, restaurants, of course. And I think Caroline will explain also a bit about their own restaurant offer. It's a great stop for several nights. You don't have to just be there, for one night in and out. It's a great place to be able to enjoy, and then from there explore the rest of the closer areas.
Got it. So this is a valuable option to make a base for the exploration of the entire region of Cognac. That's what you
It
suggest,
can
or
be.
just this area.
It can be. I mean, I would recommend having a two-based stay, but because you know staying in Cognac is also quite a special experience. But definitely to be able to really enjoy some of all the treasures that the coast has to offer, I recommend staying there several nights. Yes.
Would be fair to say that La Rochelle will be more seasonal, while maybe going to Cognac, it's more all throughout the year, or not? Again, out of ignorance.
No, well, actually not. Cognac is extremely slow in the winter, but it's also the winter is also one of the great times to go because it's the distillation period. So it's it's slow, but for Cognac and spirit lovers, then it's the best time to go. Whereas I tend to think that La Rochelle is actually I don't live in La Rochelle, so I'll let these ladies or Benjamin say better than me. But I love La Rochelle in the autumn and the winter because it's much more quiet, but not completely quiet. It's still lively. Things are still open, and it's a city that really lives and that has, of course, tourists, but it also has a real life and locals who enjoy the city. It's
Gotcha.
That's what makes it. I think it's a destination throughout the year.
Perfect. So I believe we have a short videos to show.
Yes, indeed, from the tourism board.
Yeah. Pull it up for you.
We'll be seeing a lot of oysters throughout this presentation.
Oysters, eh? Sunset. All right. Wow. Like you was,
I was watching this and just wishing that I had oysters in front of me and a sole, and it's lunchtime, so they're a bit torturous.
yes,
and,
very good.
and the seafood is so incredible there. And the interesting thing for me was I've taken people on fam trips through the region, and oysters were something that may not have been on everybody's radar. And I remember for the first time watching people eating oysters for the first time. And it's such a beautiful thing when you can share something like that. So beautiful. So what's our next? Where are we going next? Aha.
Some insight.
So as you could see on the video, the destination, I mean, the city is dynamic. It's got all these restaurants, etc., etc. But it's also it's still very small. It still has access to nature and the ocean, the several beaches within the city, but also very close by, and loads of events all year round, major events in France. So yes, I think it's like you were saying, it's a fantastic base to explore the coast and a bit of the inland.
Would you say it's a family friendly, or it's more like a party town, or it's for older people to reminisce about when they were young? No,
I like that, party town. Okay.
No, it's why I'm asking questions like this is because, of course, it's always about, especially when we introduce new destinations, how they can sort of match with some of the things that our agents already selling. So like you have, let's say, family traveling in France, they spend sometimes in Paris, maybe they're going somewhere else, and then you say, you know what, you can spend a few days there. Would you say it's like
Definitely
the perfect sort of fit for who really? It's this
definitely. I mean, I think actually more than Cognac city itself, La Rochelle is definitely a city that would cater for all sorts of travelers. The family, there's a lot of family offer from the sailing. There's a absolutely beautiful aquarium. There's lots of museums and activities for families. There's also, of course, and it's again, it's small, so you can walk around. The Nouvelle-Aquitaine, I don't know if you know this, but the Nouvelle-Aquitaine region, the tourism office, has developed an app which is called Terra Aventura, which is a sort of treasure hunt that you have on your phone, and it's accessible in English.
Wow.
It's really cool. I use it all the time with my kid when he's bored of visiting a town, and you go through the town, you learn about a lot of things, and at the same time they're having fun, and at the end there's a prize. Well, it's a badge, but there's a prize. You have to find the prize, and it's it's the fact that it's accessible, that it exists in English is great because it's free. You just put it on your app.
Keeps the kids engaged. Yeah,
exactly. And of course, there's quite a few of these in La Rochelle and around. So I really recommend that. And
absolutely.
it's also it's a city for party people, for younger people, because there are loads of bars and great nightlife. And it's also
lots of concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of concerts.
Lots of concerts, definitely, and it's also a city for people who, couples or people who are a bit older, who have a bit of more money, who are a bit, we want to enjoy the great life and great things. So yeah, it's a city for everyone. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so these are some pictures, I guess.
Yes.
What are we looking at? What's the one on the left? What is that? Is that a market?
Yes, the market, the port, and so there's a market, but there's also a covered market. I think it's every day or nearly every day. So the tourism board also organizes food tours, where you can go from one shop to the next and discover local products. Just an idea of restaurants. I think we have our friend here making some cocktails. So some of the cognac experiences that we have on the territory are not only linked to visiting houses of cognac, of course. They can be cocktail classes, and so there's a great bar, a great cocktail bar, the first cocktail bar in La Rochelle, which is called the Mary Lily. And Nicolas, he has great ideas. He has beautiful cocktail recipes, but yeah, he also does cocktail classes. You can have your own cocktail cask, aging at the bar or bring it home. So yeah, lots to do.
No reason to stay sober. Okay, here we go.
And this is, yes, the beaches. I mean, this beach is just in La Rochelle, and the possibility of of doing some kayak just outside La Rochelle, and it's all so close and easy.
Is that a canal? It's a river. What is that?
Yes, it's a river, canal, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
And the beaches, so the carrelets, those are the traditional fishing huts, to the top on the left, and you have also here you have Châtelaillon Plage, which is I would say like the beach resort of La Rochelle. Beautiful. It has beautiful properties, on old properties on the coast. The beach it's got a very I know that the Americans know Normandy very well, and I find it has a very Deauville, Trouville side of sort of atmosphere, which is not what we usually have here. So yeah, it's a place that's very nice. It also has a very, very nice thalassothérapie, so seawater spa, just on the beach.
Quick question, because I hate cold water. How cold is the water? Is that swimmable or it's too cold?
It's the Atlantic, Francesco.
It's the Atlantic.
I'm asking.
I swim in the Atlantic in July and August, sometimes even in June.
It's swimmable.
It's swimmable. Yes.
Perfect.
I swim. I swim. I went what day are we today? Tuesday. I went on Sunday. I'm going.
Wow.
I'm swimming not long, but all year long. And even if it's cold, it's just perfect. It's really good. It keeps you in good shape. So you can go.
So you would say that the season stretches out. So that's the other question. Like the core seasonal, like the summer activity. Would you say?
Yes, they start early. I mean, except for some exceptional years like last year where we never got a summer. But usually the season starts very early. You can start being outside in the sunshine in February, March, and it stretches till really late, end of October, sometimes mid-November. I'm not going to say that you have 30 degrees, of course, but it is said that the Charente-Maritime has as much sunlight as the Côte d'Azur.
Oh wow.
So sometimes we don't feel like that, but it seems it's true. Yes, there's the season extends. It is a very long season on the coast.
All right, perfect.
So now we're starting with Marennes, and Marennes is the city on land, and opposite we have Oléron Island.
I believe we have a short videos on that.
Yep.
Je suis emblématique et secrète, épicurienne et pleine de vie. J'aime ralentir pour prendre mon temps et relever des défis. Je suis à couper le souffle, et tout ça avec une pointe de sel. Prenez en plein la vie, l'île d'Oléron.
So we're very far from, not very far from La Rochelle, but very different in the terms that it doesn't, there are some beautiful hotels, beautiful restaurants, but here, this is a wild area. absolutely stunning beaches. It's the paradise for cyclists. It's very flat, so it's very easy to cycle everywhere. It's also paradise for people who love water sports, from surfing, stand-up paddle, etc., sailing, of course. And we can go through maybe some of the pictures. I did say there would be lots of oysters, but we do. So Marennes-Oléron is the home of worldwide known oysters, which are the Marennes d'Oléron oysters, which are, let's say, aged, I don't know how you could say it, in fresh water. So they're absolutely exceptional, and they match perfectly with either cognac or with the white wine that is prepared on the island with the vineyard that you saw earlier.
Gotcha.
So these are, yes, classic, traditional, beautiful fishing huts, villages, absolutely beautiful, and all the whole of the coast is that. This is a very famous site, which is called the Fort Boyard, which is in the middle of the sea. So there are sailing trips where you can go and sail around it. Again, some pictures of the sunsets, the beautiful wild beaches. Wow. Yes, it's
so it looks
really
like almost like a natural reserve. Is that correct? It looks like a national.
It isn't a national reserve, but it
looks like.
Yes, it's very protected. I mean, this area is quite far off the at the
so
back
let
of
me
the
ask
island.
you. So if I do send my client there, it looks like basically it's the sort of the experience of being in complete sort of connection with the nature. I don't see, it's beautiful to. Is that what
Yes.
this is really saying?
Yes, that's why it can combine very well with being in La Rochelle and or Cognac, because it's once you go there, you just want to cycle and walk through on the beach and eat some oysters and do some more cycling and yeah, it's a real treasure.
Fort Boyard, they still use for the games.
Sorry?
Fort Boyard, they still use for the game to do the game.
Yes. The TV show. Yeah,
the TV show. Yeah.
Yes, they do. It's still going on, this show. I don't know how old it is, but it must be at least
Very
30.
old.
Yes,
Very
more
old.
than
What is that?
more
What is
than
that?
30. Yeah. Well, it's a bit like what was it called? I can't remember what it was called when I was a kid. So you have some celebrities who are on the Fort Boyard, on the fort, inside it, and they're locked in rooms and they have to do some some crazy stuff, like have to, I don't know, put their hands in boxes where there's some spiders or some mice, and and get the keys. They have to catch the keys. And sometimes there are clues, and it's been the same thing for several decades. Awesome. It's a very successful show.
All right, so now we are at Brouage. No.
Yes, we're in Brouage. So Brouage is on land. Brouage is a very, very famous place. It doesn't look very famous because it's tiny, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's a citadel, which is very important mainly for North America, like Northeast Americans, and for Canadians, because it was a place from which the city of Quebec was founded.
Oh, wow.
It's quite an amazing place. It's beautiful in the middle of those marshes there that you can see. So when you're up on top these little tours, there's little towers. You can see the land like for kilometers and kilometers. And inside it's very historical, old army buildings, and because it was a fortress. It's a very interesting place, and know that a lot of Americans and Canadians go there on a sort of pilgrimage.
Perfect. This is I guess very close to La Rochelle. How close is it?
This is about an hour from La Rochelle,
Okay, fair enough.
down the coast. Yeah.
All right.
So our
Good
food
experience.
experiences, well, we did mention them again. We have the oysters, we have the seafood from all sorts of seafood, fresh, but also we have amazing chefs that can prepare that. Different ways of eating the oysters, the mussels, everything so fresh and directly from us. I mentioned the cognac pairing with oysters. This is a thing that, and Audrey will be able to talk about it better than me, but it's a thing at the moment and it works very well. So we do recommend trying, of course, and a lot of places start to offer that possibility. So sports
and
and
after
wellness.
you drank a lot of cognac, you either go sporting or you go for wellness if you can stand on your 2 feet.
If you can still stand, yes.
That's awesome.
So sports and wellness. So the Charente-Maritime is the first wellness. Charente-Maritime is the first wellness destination in France with the thermal waters and the sea water spas, and of course lots of sports activities. We mentioned the stand-up paddle, the surfing, the sailing, and we have a beautiful river which is La Charente, which runs through the whole of the area from Angoulême to Rochefort, and it is ideal for kayaking as well. And cycling, as we said, we have it's except when you start going after Cognac, but from Cognac to the coast, it's quite flat. There are some great cycling routes, very safe. And we do have some renters that can rent electric bikes. So it's also a great way to explore the area.
Now we get to the cognac. Oh, here we go. All right. So
okay, so we mentioned that
let's get wasted.
Cognac is all around the territory, but the most famous houses that most of you will have heard of are based in Cognac, except Courvoisier, which is just outside, and it's in Jarnac. But as I said, here is the map of the appellation of Cognac, and that is also where you can find cognac experiences, houses to visit, cocktail classes, whatever your clients might want, all over this territory. So it's important really to think that if you do have clients who are wine lovers, they don't have to be only in Cognac. They can find it all over. Most of the houses will offer, of course, the classic tour with explanation of the process, the history of the house, but of course also tasting, very important. But a lot of them will try to give an additional experience. So we mentioned the cocktail classes, but you can also blend your own, learn how to become a cellar master. You can also have experiences like Hennessy has a virtual reality experience, or more historical experiences like tasting cognac in the apartments of Francis I King, who was born in Cognac. You also have we have a partner who has an escape game, and then you have experiences that have to do with the vineyard, because things don't have to be always in the cellars. Cycling, picnics, sunset tastings, you name it, you have it. And of course, the discovery of the know-hows. When we talk about cognac, we don't only talk about the spirit. We talk also about all the things that have to do with cognac, such as the cooperage, or learning how to make cognac, the blending, and the food. We have some partners that do cellar dinners like we have here. Again, we mentioned the picnics, tasting directly in the vineyard or tasting directly from the barrel. You have it all. So this is perfect timing to introduce Audrey.
Hello, Andre.
Hello.
Hello, Audrey.
Hello,
Nice
how
to
are
see
you?
you again.
Nice to see you. I'm so glad to participate into this webinar. Thank you very
Beautiful
much.
cheers.
Yes. Come on, Tom. I can't even go and get one.
Oh, so you produce such a beautiful product. So I just want to say.
It's a real pleasure. I love my job, and that's right. I mean, I'm very conscious about how happy, how lucky I am, because I'm working with my family, with my brother. Both of us, we represent that brand, and it's a family business, and we work with we produce a wonderful produce and in a nice place. So I'm very aware about how lucky I am. Yes, we are.
Yeah, and for those of you that aren't familiar with Pinot de Charolles, you should definitely go to your local liquor stores. It may not be the easiest thing to find, but it's really a wonderful. It's just a wonderful thing to drink.
I did receive, thanks to Sarah, also some people come from New York, and some young people making cocktails with Pinot de Charente. And it's a great thing, because Pinot, it's a wonderful produce, and most of the time we just appreciate it straight, but you can appreciate that way, but there are also other ways to drink it. And it's, yes, it's a good thing.
Are we going to
So I'll
move
show you the
to?
video. You can see a little bit where you have. Right?
And this
I'm sorry.
video is in French,
Yes.
but we're going to turn the sound down, and Audrey, you'll just talk over it.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So yes, I'm sorry. It was in French. Here's my brother, Edward, and we are working together. That's the house you've seen. It's where we grew up, both of us. And so we both had other experiences for jobs, but we both came back because we really want to follow. We are the 5th generation. Edward is bottling some cognac. And when people come and visit us, they can realize, they can see all the steps. Like we explain to people the process. Well, we first tell them about the story of the family. We present the family, how Normandin Mercier was created. And then we remind the story about how cognac has been created, because I love how it's been created. And then we explain the process of making cognac. So with the territory, then the double distillation, then the blend and aging. So it's very complete. And most of all, we love, we have hives. And most of all, we love and we cherish our visitors, because it's a chance. I mean, it's an honor to have them at home and in the domain. So we do our best so they can have the best experience. And it's really a pleasure. So we do have, like, individuals. We can make tours for 2 people, even for 1, and also for groups, of course. So for small groups, can be 10 people, and even like people, groups, 100 people. But we will split the group into 2 parts. And at the end of the tour, there is a tasting. So that's the Pinot de Charente. And all year long, visitors can come and visit the domain during it's a famous restaurant in La Rochelle, making cocktails also. And still the Pinot that Tim enjoys. And our bees, one of our dog. In fact, this video, it's because next week, we are going to plant some vineyards and around the domain, because nowadays, which is quite sad, there is not so many vineyards anymore. Used to have a lot. Nowadays, there is no more. You have to go on the Isle of Ré or Oléron, but here around La Rochelle, there is no more. And we have decided, my brother and I, to grow grapes again, and we'll start it. Wow. And so we'll start to do that. Like next meeting is January is the 25th, so it's quite soon, and we'll start this big dream. It's not a dream, we'll do it.
Beautiful.
Good luck. Good luck.
Sounds like a great project.
Thank you. We'll see. I mean, we are happy, of course.
All right.
So
I think we're moving on now. So
Thank you. So we want to taste the cognac. We come to you, and of course now we have two exceptional places to stay. And we're moving on to Benjamin. You're not in black and white. Great. Good to see you.
Hey, Benjamin.
I can't hear you. Are you talking? No, I can't hear you.
Your sound is off, Benjamin.
Sound is why don't we do this? We move along and we come back to you. So while you try to fix your audio, we can move along. Is that all right? Or can you try? Can you speak? Yeah, we can hear you. So let's move along.
To Caroline, and then we can
we'll
go
come
back
to you. Okay, Caroline.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Caroline. Hi.
Glad to be here as well today.
Villa Grandvoile. Why should we come to you? Why is it so beautiful?
Well, this is a very small hotel in the heart of the old city of La Rochelle. You will see in the video just afterwards. As for Normandin Mercier, we do work, it's a family business. So it's something that's very important for us to really welcome the guest as if it was our visitors in their own home. So it's really, service is very important. It's you will see, it's a little, we have only 11 rooms, so it's really like a family home.
Oh, nice.
Really very nice spirit.
That's lovely. This was somebody's residence, or?
Yes, it used to be a former ship owner's mansion. It dates, the building is from 1715. And the hotel opened only in 2020. So after 3 years of refurbishments, and before it used to be a family home. Perfect. So the hotel only exists since 2020. It's quite recent.
Let's start with the video.
Hello, welcome everyone. We would like to thank you for taking the time to meet us today and virtually discover our properties in the heart of La Rochelle. A gateway we like to call the Coutenceau destination. Our family-owned and run properties are composed of 3 settings, but with one common signature. First of all, La Villa Grandvoile, our intimate Relais Chateau hotel in the heart of the old town of La Rochelle, located in a peaceful street just a few minutes' walk from the vibrant harbour, its majestic towers and the many historic side streets. Both our restaurants are located on the Concurrence Beach, just 500 meters from the hotel, and offer a stunning view overlooking the ocean. You first have Restaurant Christopher Coutenceau, our 2 Michelin-starred restaurant, serving the freshest products from the ocean in the strict respect of the seasons. And last but not least, La Yole de Chris, our marine-themed bistro, open all day from breakfast to after-dinner drinks. We offer, of course, complimentary transfers with the hotel car to drive guests from the hotel to both our restaurants and back to the hotel. You will see while discovering our properties that sustainable gastronomy and personalized service are the key words to describe an experience with us. But let's start with the presentation of our 3 settings, starting with Villa Grandvoile. So welcome to Villa Grandvoile, a place with a special spirit, a home away from home. Villa Grandvoile is located in a former shipowner's mansion that dates back to 1715 and very typical of the early 18th century, has a white stone facade and an elaborate pediment. When arriving, Baptiste, our valet, will welcome you and take care of your luggage as well as your car that will be parked in our closed and secured garage. But let's step inside Villa Grandvoile.
After a very warm welcome from Monica and Pierre, we continue through the lobby to reach our courtyard, a very peaceful place where our guests love to relax during the very busy summer days. Our outdoor pool is heated during the season, depending on the weather, from April to October. Guests may enjoy a drink, a snack, or a complete meal by choosing from l'Aïeul de Chris menu. The meal will be directly served at the hotel. On all our menus, seasonality and local products are our main guidelines. From our signature marine mojito cocktail to local seafood and homemade pastries, you will have the perfect option for each time of the day. Breakfast is a very special moment at Villa Grand Voile, as you will indulge into the ocean as of the morning and taste the refined haute cuisine breakfast. We have our house-owned baker, Maxime, who prepares daily all the breads and pastries, and we work with local producers and serve seasonal products only. Breakfast is served à la carte directly on the table. The guests just have to relax and enjoy. In addition to the classical breakfast items, we add a marine touch by serving oysters, smoked line-caught fish, a selection of jams with seaweed, scrambled eggs with smoked fish, as well as a sweet iodized addition that changes regularly. For example, seaweed rice pudding or oyster panna cotta. During wintertime, enjoy a drink, a hot beverage or snack in front of the fireplace. We offer an important selection of Cognac or Pinot des Charentes, always with our determination to serve local products. On Fridays and Saturdays, we do propose as well afternoon tea with homemade pastries. Villa Grand Voile is a very intimate property. With its 11 rooms and a very tailor-made welcome, it is more like a family home. We all strive daily to make our guests feel at home. All our rooms are different, but always with the willingness to create a subtle link with the ocean and the chef's universe. All our rooms are named after a local fish or seafood the chef likes to use in his cuisine, like sardine, pollock fish, lobster, oysters. The guests will have in their room information on the products their room is named after. It explains the seasonality of the product, the minimal sizes for capturing it, as well as a recipe from the chef and wine pairing by Nicolas. We invite the guests to take it away with them and like to do our part to create awareness for the protection of the species and the ocean. To always go further with the link to the ocean and the sustainability, guests will discover our solid soap and shampoo that is produced locally, is 100% natural and uses as well seaweed in the cosmetics. As for the decoration, all rooms are individually decorated, always with a subtle link with the ocean through the blue color, the paintings or the decorative cushions, for example. As we are in a historic building, the rooms vary in size, from 80 square meters for our classical room to 50 square meters for our signature suite. Here, for example, the classical room Lisette that measures 20 square meters and goes out on the little Rue de la Cloche. The decoration of our rooms are a mix of contemporary and historic, with, for example, Murano chandeliers, as you can see with the prestige room Langoustine that has a beautiful view overlooking the courtyard. You can as well find some Art Deco furniture that has historically been in the property before we transformed it into a hotel. In the Tourteau Prestige room, as you can see here, you have a Murano chandelier as well as an Art Deco desk and chair that belonged to the former owner of the property. Our junior suite, as well as both our signature suites, are equipped with sofa beds that can be prepared to make the suite a family room. Our lobster suite has a separate living room with sofa bed for the kids. We are very happy to welcome kids to our property and always extend a special welcome to them. We are as well very well equipped to welcome babies. All our rooms are equipped with showers. The signature suites have a bathtub in addition to the shower. Starting from the prestige room category, our rooms are equipped with king-size beds. Our 3 suites have a king-size bed with mattress topper to offer always more comfort to our guests. You are currently discovering our lobster suite that measures 40 square meters and has a separate living room with sofa bed for the kids. It is on the second floor and has as well a bathtub that used to be in the house before we transformed it into a hotel. Should your guests arrive to the hotel by car, we do have a private garage with valet service. They just have to stop in front of the hotel entrance and our valet will take care of everything. Our properties are as well dog-friendly. Be it at the hotel or in our restaurants, your guests' companions are very welcome in our properties. Let's now move on to our restaurant. First of all, Restaurant Christopher Coutenceau, where the family story began 40 years ago in 1984. The gastronomic restaurant has 2 Michelin stars and was the first restaurant in the world being awarded a green Michelin star for our commitment in sustainability. Chef Christopher Coutenceau uses only local products and strictly respects the seasons of the ocean. Wherever we can, we use everything in the fish to create a dish. It's more than just a meal, an experience. I let you discover the back of house of the gastronomic restaurant and the orchestra that works together as one to create special moments for our guests. Like for the cuisine, the design of the gastronomic restaurant is all turned towards the ocean. The ocean is everywhere, be it the breathtaking view through the large bay windows, as well as in the ocean blue flooring, in the sand-tone leather walls and aluminium crystal drops swaying freely from the ceiling, mirroring the natural movement of the waves and the sea. And last but not least, La Yole de Cris, right next to the gastronomic restaurant, invites to discover a warm, friendly seaside atmosphere with long, festive tables, a seafood and fish preparation counter set on a boat, the famous Yole, and bay windows offering a vista over the Atlantic. La Yole de Cris is open all day from breakfast to afternoon dinner drinks, and during summertime the perfect spot to watch the sunset over the Bay of La Rochelle. In the name of all our teams, I thank you very much for your attention, and we are looking forward to welcoming you all soon in the Coutenceau destination. Have a wonderful day.
Holy.
Thank you, Karen.
I want to go. I want to try this oyster panna cotta, I have to say.
Yes, very nice.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I wanted to try, but it sounds
No,
like
you
out
do.
there.
You do.
Thank you very much.
Even people who don't like oyster, they like it, as it's the sweet
Perfect.
touch. You will see.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Prepare
And
for you if
now
you come.
we go to Benjamin. Benjamin.
But before we do, just everybody, if you would just, we're running a little late. Benjamin, we're thrilled to have him do this.
Yeah.
Stay a little longer if you can. We have a nice prize to award
Prize at the end. Okay.
Of the webinar.
Of course. Benjamin, the floor is yours. I can't hear you. Why don't we do this? I can send the video.
Yes, let's launch the video.
Yes, the video.
But let's see if you're not muted. I don't know why. Try to talk now. No, I'll send the video out and see. At least we can see your beautiful hotel. Just a second.
Sarah, maybe you want to talk over this a little bit?
I will try.
Good.
All right, 5, 4, 3. Let's go.
Okay, so we then is of course our property, the center of La Rochelle. We'll have to check how many rooms it has. do not know.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
Ah,
Oh,
just on time.
Hello,
it's the
Benji.
camera or the sound you choose.
Yes,
Okay, it's
we
better
can hear
now.
you
We
very
do
well.
let's do the sound.
Yeah, okay,
No,
Benjamin.
you
Do
can
you
play
want
the
to
video.
talk over the video?
Yes, you can play the video.
And we're gonna
You
lower
want
the
to talk over
sound. We're gonna lower the sound and you can talk over it.
Okay, perfect.
So you can tell what we see. Okay, let me go back to the beginning. And let's take out the sound.
So
Let's
I
go.
have not the budget of the Côte d'Orsay destination, but it's a small video, but it's introduce our hotel. It's a 4-star hotel located in the heart of La Rochelle with 39 room and suites and 1,000 square meters of the garden. So it's a very beautiful place with all the story. And as you can see, we will be welcomed by Alice. We have a saloon. We don't have any restaurant, but we can serve a breakfast and little snack in our saloon. We are open all the year long. So it's a old part of the building. We have a lift. Don't worry about the stairs, but it's a beautiful part of our hotel. So that's why it's on the video. The building was built in the 1854, so it's an old building on the theme of Le Champlain, the explorer. We have a 5 rooms category from the standard rooms to the suite. We have 4 suites, kid-friendly with a sofa bed. And you can see in another place, just right there, with a TV, of course, for the children. Like this, you can enjoy a meal in your room.
So it's like modern and classic. I see, very clean.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. We keep all part of the last owners, like the closet.
Is every room does every room have a bathtub or just some
Bath
shower?
or a shower, you choose.
Okay. It's beautiful.
So it's a standard room with a garden access and the shower. The building was renovated 3 years ago, so it's like a new hotel. Before it was a 3-star. It's all the parts was renovated 3 years ago with a breakfast, and we just opened a small spa with 2 massage rooms with you can see it's new. It's open 2 weeks ago. So
Oh wow!
it just opened. So with the Phytomer brand from the sea at Saint-Malo in Brittany. It's a small spa. It's a small spa, but 2 rooms, but it's enough for our guests and of course the local people who want to enjoy a relaxed time.
That's
And
nice.
of course, yeah. It's the first time you can see the video because and we are of course a bar, a lunch area to enjoy a drink, and we have a big terrace. But the video was during the winter season, so it's not the best part of.
So there's a terrace. Is that on top of the building? Is that a panoramic terrace? You can see.
Yes, it's a 1,000 square meters.
Oh wow!
So it's a very big part of the hotel during the summer. It's of course very, very beautiful.
Thank you, Benjamin.
With pleasure.
All right, it's now time to celebrate the extraordinary generosity of our guests as well as GT experiences. It's the time to actually have 2 lucky people, 2 lucky agents here. Of course, the first prize that we have is a night to experience the Villa Grand Voile, as well as 1 night at Hotel Champlain, and also a dinner for 2 the restaurant. I will murder the name. I don't know if you want to read it, because Layol de Chris, is that it? I butchered it. What was it?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, sorry, because they make fun of my accents. I haven't.
No, it was really perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Then,
And
of course,
also a tasting at Normandie Mercier.
With pleasure.
And then, of course, we have the $300 additional commission from GT Experience. So the winner are, drum roll, please. We have Suzanne Pinney. She won the prize for the night, for the beautiful experience in La Rochelle, in the night stay. So,
Congratulations.
Suzanne, congratulations. They're waiting for you. And the $300 go to Neil Miller. Neil,
congratulations.
you're still there, Neil. Thank you very much. And as usual, this recording, all the slides, the contact information, everybody that you saw today are going to be sitting in our website. So always go there. All of you agents that have been logged in, if you don't have a profile with us, please make it so that you can see and get the alert ahead of times of all the webinars that we have, and also be connected to all the offers and moreover to all the content on the webinars. So thank you very much.
And I want to thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you.
So, and I hope everybody got a lot out of this. So thank you again, and pay attention to your inboxes as we get more webinars coming out, as well as follow up some fam trips that we're going to be doing later in the year. So
yes, we're waiting for you all in Charente-Maritime.
You bet.
Right.
You will see us. No, wait. Thank you very much again.
Ciao, everybody.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.